I think, it's important to start with talking about David Stern and what he's meant, again, to this league and to this organization, and the major role he had in keeping this team in Sacramento, and the major role that he had in really getting the NBA to where it's at now. Just unbelievable. And to share our thoughts and prayers with his family, and just, publicly give him thanks for everything that he's done and meant to our league.
Katie Hunter, Kings TV. Luke, do you have a memory or an instance, particular personally between you and David, that you could share?
Yeah, I have a few. Some that I'm not willing to share. He was good at his job, and in some of those player owner negotiation meetings that we all used to sit in, he was good. I'll leave it at that. But he was, he was always, whenever you see him out, out at a restaurant, wherever, if he was in town doing your game, it was just, you could feel him in the building. He was one of those type of people. And like I said, this league would not be near where it is right now without his vision and the way he helped globalize this game. So, just fond memories.
In regards to tonight's game, you saw them recently, the 21st of December in Memphis. One thing that really stood out to me was the play of their bench in comparison to your guys's. When you look back at the game film, what is it that you saw, and what are you going to try and kind of adjust tonight in that regards?
Yeah, they came in and they really got, they showed, that at that point they had been losing, but they were building up big leads against everyone they were playing. And they make a lot of threes. They got a lot of guys that are out there. They're playing 5 out a lot of the times. And, when we didn't close out to their shooters, they knocked them down. And they stalled us out offensively a little bit. We never really found our rhythm that night until the very end of the game. We made a little run. But we gotta be ready to take the 3-point shot away from this team.
Deuce Mason.
And keep them out of transition.
Sorry about that. Deuce Mason with Kings Radio. Marvin was on the floor getting some shots up earlier. Is there any update on how he's coming along and when you guys may expect him to
Yeah,
return?
I mean, not really. He's doing better. This is to my understanding, this is the first time he's getting shots up, so I'm interested to see how he feels afterwards. But I talked to him for a little bit in the training room around 2:30 today, and he said he is feeling better. But a big tell will be, how does he feel after this, and then let's get him sprinting. I mean, to play basketball, you got to do a lot more than just get shots up. So I'll be interested to see how he's feeling after he got done with that work.
Luke, James Ham, NBC Sports. Have you gone back and looked at the tape from this last 8 games and kind of pinpointed maybe one or two things that stand out to you that are causing some of the the swings and the rough play?
There's it's consistency in what we're doing. It's every game I go back and watch. There's really good moments, and then for whatever reason, we're not maintaining that same level long enough to win. Now, some of the games we've had chances to win. We just, NBA, you get open looks, you make them, you win, you miss them, you lose, and it's going to go back and forth throughout the year with that. But as far as why we're losing, to me, it's consistency in our transition defense. We'll play a great half of not fouling somebody, and then the second half we'll send them to the foul line 20 times. So it's the exciting thing for me is I see the progress happening as far as understanding how we need to play, and we're getting better at some things. We're just not doing it consistently enough.
Luke, Jason Anderson, Sacramento Bee. You've said in the past that you think Buddy has the potential to become a really good defender in this league. What are the things when you watch him? What are the tendencies where he tends to get in trouble on that end? And what are what are the things you see where you kind of see that potential for improvement?
Well, I think the last couple games he's shown the potential of where he can be a much better just solid defender. And he's had tough matchups. You know, he started the last game on Paul George, and you know, we're not going to hide him out there. We're going to keep giving him that challenge as a way to get him to grow as a defender. Where he gets in trouble sometimes is he gambles. You know, a shooter will be hey, we're not going under any screens on this shooter, and sometimes he'll have a mental lapse and go under. So it's things like that. But I think he's done a really nice job of accepting this challenge and us staying. I mean, we're probably harder on Buddy than we are anyone else on the team, and he's been great, and he continues to embrace the challenge of wanting to guard top players, and I think he's shown that he's gotten better in the last two games were, I thought, as good as he's played defensively this year.
Gary Gerald, Kings Radio. No Valanciunas when you played the Grizz a couple of weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
How does he impact the game? How might it be different tonight?
Yeah, he's a load, right? He's on that offensive glass. He's got a nice, a nice little post game to him. They're not posting him up a ton, but he is definitely something that we had to scout and walk through for, when he does get it down there. He's a talented player. They have him shooting threes too now, and I think he doesn't shoot a ton of them, but it's a pretty good percentage. So he's a very solid NBA player that we have to adjust to when you talk about last time we played to this time we played, as far as making the scouting report a little bit bigger.